Breaking. Nnamdi Kanu demands 1 billion naira from the federal government as case resumes in 3 days' time. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's day is 20th of April 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, this one is a big one, very big one indeed. And I don't want to talk too much. I just want to go straight and read the news in details. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from the People's Gazette, one of the Zoo Gota media outlets. So after reading in full details, if I have anything to say, I will say it before the end of the broadcast. So let us go together. And according to their title, they said, Court adjourns Nnamdi Kanu's 1 billion naira suit against federal government for adoption of processes. Mr. Benye said the instant suit was an abuse of court process. A federal high court, Abuja, has adjourned a 1 billion naira suit filed by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, against the federal government of the Zoo and State Security Services, SSS, until April 23rd for adoption of processes. Justice James Omotosho adjourned the matter after a lawyer to the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Benga Oladimeji, filed a process shortly before the hearing commenced. Mr. Omotosho, who was unhappy over Mr. Oladimeji's delay in filing the motion, subsequently adjourned the matter for adoption of processes. On April 18, Mr. Oladimeji informed the court that they were yet to file their response on behalf of the first and second defendants because he was only being notified about the process, though they had been served since March 6th. But the SSS lawyer, Abdul Danlami, said they had filed their counter affidavit in opposition to Kanu's application filed by his counsel, Mr. Aloy Ejimako. Mr. Aloy Ejimako then sought an adjournment to enable him file a further affidavit in response to fresh issues raised by the SSS in their counter affidavit, and the judge adjourned the matter until today for adoption of processes. Mr. Kanu, through his lawyer, Mr. Ejimako, filed the instant suit marked FHC/ABJ/CS/1633/2023 to enforce his fundamental rights while in detention. In the originating motion dated and filed December 4, 2023, the applicant sued the federal government of Nigeria, FRN, AGF, SSS, and its DG as the first to fourth respondent, respectively. The suit was filed pursuant to Order 2, Rules 1 and 2 of the Fundamental Right Enforcement Procedure 2009, among others. In the motion, the detained IPOB leader prayed for 8 reliefs. He sought a declaration that the respondent act of forcible seizure and photocopying of confidential legal documents pertaining to facilitating the preparation of his defense, which were brought to him at the respondent's detention facility by his lawyers, amounted to denial of his right to be defended by legal practitioners of his own choice. He also sought a declaration that the respondent act of refusing or preventing his counsel from taking note of details of the counsel's professional discussions/consultations with him at the SSS detention. This, he said, amounted to denial of his right to be given adequate facilities for the preparation of his defense by legal practitioners of his own choice. He also sought a declaration that the respondent act of eavesdropping on his confidential consultations/conversations with his lawyers on matters relating to the preparation of his defense during the lawyer's visitations amounted to a denial of the applicant's right to be given adequate facilities for the preparation of his defense and to be defended by legal practitioners of his own choice, among other things. Mr. Kanu therefore sought an order of injunction restricting and prohibiting the respondents from their act of forcible seizure and photocopying of confidential legal documents brought to him at the detention facility by his lawyers. An order of injunction restraining and prohibiting the respondents from their act of refusing or preventing the applicant counsel from taking note of details of counsel's professional discussion/consultations with the applicant during the counsel's visitation with the applicant at the premises of respondent facility. He also seeking an order mandating the respondents to jointly and severally pay the sum of 1 billion naira as damages for the mental, emotional, psychological, and other damages he suffered as a result of his rights breach. But a counter affidavit dated and filed by the SSS on March 12, the security outfit denied allegations leveled against it. In the application deposed to by Yamuje Benye, a legal department staff, he said 11 paragraphs in Mr. Kanu's affidavit were untrue. Are you serious? What makes it untrue, Mr. Man? Mr. Man, what makes it untrue? He averred that Mr. Kanu was in safe and secure custody of the SSS and he is not detained in solitary confinement. He is lying. He is lying because we all know where Nnamdi Kanu is being held. We know. We also know the condition. We understand every single thing going on in the DS custody. We know. So for this man here, and he is actually the one lying. For him to come here and lie, of course we know the zoo is built on lies, a faulty foundation. So everything about the zoo is all about lies, deceit, lies and deceit. It's all about lies and deceit. That's what you get from the beginning. From come, let us trade. I want a Royal Niger company. Let us trade. I'm here for business. I'm here for trading. From there, boom, you began to amalgamate indigenous people together. You brought this one from Futajalon. You brought this one from the riverine area. You brought everybody together and gave them a name. Through your girlfriend, you gave them a name. So what do you expect? Somebody who called himself a lawyer, a son for that matter, who sworn with either Bible or Quran, is here lying to the whole world when we all know the condition and situation of Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon. It's not hidden. Now he continued, according to Mr. Benye, the applicant Kanu is allowed access to his family members and team of lawyers on his visiting days without any hindrance whatsoever. He argued that the IPO bidder was permitted to interact and consult with his lawyers on his visiting days without any interference. And how did you know? Did you go there? Are you there? Have you gone there to see Nnamdi Kanu? Because he is not your client. So have you gone there to see him before? The answer is no. So how did you know? You came here to lie. And what is going to be the reaction of the court? What should court do in order to get the truth? We will come to that later. Now let me continue. He said at no material time did any SSS personnel seize or confiscate documents brought to Kanu by his lawyers or any other person. He added that their personnel never denied Kanu's lawyers the professional liberty to perform their lawful duty of discussing, consulting, and interacting with him. Applicant counsel are allowed to moderate size notes or pads for the visit, but the exchange of materials that promote the IPOB ideals, subject matter of applicant criminal trial, was strongly resisted and refused. Applicant has consistently requested that various prayer books and religious materials brought to him as part of his fundamental human rights, he said. Of course, is it not his human right? Like seriously? Mr. Benye averred that Justice Binta Nyako, who is presiding over Mr. Kanu's criminal trial, had always maintained that visit to him should always be under supervision, as it is the best practice all over the world. Like seriously? According to him, the applicant Kanu, along with his counsel, were permitted to consult and interact on visiting days in one of the best interview facilities of the State Security Services (DSS) to ensure maximum comfort of applicant and his visitors. Aye. How can you be looking at someone's face and lying at the same time? Oh my God. Unbelievable. The zoo is unreal. The DSS official who denied allegations that the personnel usually record their interaction during visits said there is no basis for eavesdropping and recording of their conversations. He said, in line with the Service Standard Operation Procedure (SOP) of the SSS, all visitors to her facility are subjected to normal routine security checks and items in their possession are scanned. According to him, this is to avoid unauthorized materials making their way into the facility. Mr. Bennett said the instant suit was an abuse of the court process. Mr. Kanu argued the same issue before Binta Nyako, and the matter was reserved for judgment. So, has it been resolved? Has it been resolved? Of course, till today, that same matter has never been resolved. We all know this. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu has taken it upon himself to sue them. Yes, that is it. Because of what? The matter has never been resolved. So we are waiting, because on the 23rd of this month, which is 3 days from today, we are going to see what is going to be the outcome of this very suit. Thank you, my people. To salo numozia and make it go viral.